Welcome back to the Daily Taoist with Will S. We are talking about the Tao Te Ching and how to get back into spirit and alignment with the way. Apologize for the long hiatus. Been going through some personal issues, and as I've stated before, I do this at my leisure and my pleasure. I hope everyone out there in the Mandelbrot universe is doing good. I'm starting to feel better from a bit of a midsummer depression, I guess. Sometimes it happens to me. Doesn't, it is what it is. So, getting into it here, I'm going to be talking today about verse 77. The Tao Te Ching was written around 2,500 years ago by a man named Lao-Tzu. It is one of the oldest texts in existence and certainly one of the wisest. Its wisdom is timeless, and its message is as relevant and important now as it was back then, if not more so. It is vital that we learn to come back into balance with the natural world, to live in a more harmonious and selfless way, and the Tao Te Ching beautifully instructs us in bringing ourselves and our lives into alignment with the Tao. Verse 77. The Tao works in the world like the drawing of a bow. The top is bent downward, the bottom is bent up. It adjusts excess and efficiency so that there is perfect balance. The Tao takes from excess and gives to that which is depleted. The way of many people is to take from those who do not have enough and give to those who have far too much. Who is able to give to the needy from their excess? Only someone who is following the way of the Tao. The master can keep giving because there is no end to her wealth. She acts without expectation, succeeds without taking credit, and does not glory in any praise. To live in alignment with the Tao is to live in balance. Life naturally exists in a state of perfect balance. You need only look at the natural world to see that. On the other hand, the average human mind, which has lost all trace of the natural balance, doggedly pursues its own agendas, which are invariably rooted in self-interest and disregard for the whole. This is why the rich strive to get richer, often exploiting the poorest of people in order to do so. Anyone who lives in such disconnection from the Tao and from the natural laws is bound for a life of continual misery and discontent for themselves and everyone around them. Those that have never discovered the joy of giving and being of service to others live a tragic life indeed. We must all endeavor to give at least as much as we take, for this is the natural balance of life. This is the way of the Tao. A closer look also reveals the world is never in perfect balance. It is always in a state of moving towards imbalance, but it always rebalances itself in autocorrection. Volcanoes, earthquakes, droughts, subsistences, upthrustings, it sorts itself out like a Tai Chi practitioner, constantly adjusting to maintain balance, while always about to topple. Always there is paradox. This verse rather hits home with me, to be honest. know, as I mentioned, like I don't do this podcast for monetary gain. I do it for myself mostly, and I want to share with others uh, a way of being that has brought in a certain clarity to my life. Um, Maybe this past month has not been so great because I have taken on a position that from the outside looked like monetarily it was going to solve a lot of my problems. Um, but a lot of my problems aren't monetary. They happen to be more of a spiritual or ethical nature. Um, like a lot of people, I'm trying to find my place in the world. I was on a path last year to becoming a electrical instructor at a university, um, until unfortunately due to COVID mandates or cerveza, what is what are they? Yeah, so cerveza sickness mandates. I love that. I love that new term. I'm going to call it that from now on. Cerveza sickness is the new term for COVID. I'm really sick and tired of COVID. Hearing about COVID in Canada. Um, I'm really tired of the agenda of the elites of the WEF, the World Economic Forum, trying to tell people what to do, how to live their lives. The Bill Gates of the world, the Klaus Schwabs of the world. These people can just duck off. They they want control. They want total control of the world and what's going on. It's just an extension of their their they're taking from they're taking from everyone else without giving anything back in return. Right? They don't want you to eat meat. They want to have factory farms. Um, the list goes on and on. Climate change agendas, high gas prices, fuel prices, just everything. And it's crushing. It takes, if you're an intuitive person like I am, or I think probably a lot of my listeners are now. I just looked at my dashboard. Um, Apparently, the audience size has grown to 126, according to this. Um, June has been a pretty good month in terms of listenership. It looks like. So I'm gonna try and get my episodes out there weekly again. And then there's only 5 more verses left in this particular series. And then I'm going to start into the Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life by Wayne Dyer. That's where I started a long time ago, over 5 years ago now. And I'm going to try and read a verse, read the essay, and I'm going to then try to practice the Do the Tao Now version, and you'll find out. I'm going to do a challenge every week, and I would like people to start participating with me and engaging with me as best you can. I mean, I have the website, I have the Facebook page. You can find me at the Daily Taoist on all my handles, the underscore Daily Taoist on Instagram. Um, very reachable guy on Twitter, Instagram, social media. My Facebook channel probably needs the most love, the Daily Taoist. I've had some interaction there. I answered a question upon Stoicism versus Taoism, which is better. I don't think either one is better. Stoicism is more of an action-based philosophy, whereas Taoism is more of a take a step back philosophy. Neither one is better. They both have their merits. I practice both along with Christianity. Between all three, I think you have a pretty good foundation for spirituality in your life. Other than that, guys, I'm striving to do better. This, like I said, the last month has been kind of rough on me. But if you hear me back on the podcast, it means I'm doing better. So this is me striving to do better. I have another job coming up. Different job. Less stress, probably. Out in the woods. I think I need to go live in the woods for a bit. It'll be good. Peace, love, light, happiness, all of the things that you guys need, you have connection to. You just have to tap into it. All right. Cheers from Will S. at the Daily Taoist.